Bueller, Bueller, Bueller. Bueller, Bueller, Bueller.
Ben Stein was John Hughes. John knew him. John said, we're going to use Ben Stein. I had no idea who Ben Stein was.
When time came to choose a teacher for Ferris Bueller's Day Off, they had several teachers. They wanted me to just do one simple thing, call the roll off stage. Adams, Adamley, Adamowski, Bueller, Bueller. And the studio extras, who were students, laughed so hard, and all the crew laughed so hard, that John Hughes called Michael Jennings aside, and they had a hurried conference, and they said, we're going to put you on camera. We'd like you to improvise a scene of subject you really know well, and just do a scene, and just, we're not going to write anything, you just improvise it. We're going to set up a scene of a classroom. So I thought, well, what do I know really well? And I thought, well, let's see, I know really a lot about the Great Depression, so I'll teach about the Great Depression.
To alleviate the effects of the, anyone? The Great Depression.
So I just improvised that scene on camera. And we just did it all in one take. I did it all out of my head. There was not one word written. And everybody laughed and laughed and laughed and applauded. They did something I've never seen before on any set, which is they formed a semicircle around the camera and the sound people, and when I was done, they applauded. And Matthew Broderick came up to me, and he said, that was incredible. He said, you're a great actor. Have you done much work on Broadway? And I said, well, I'm not really an actor. This is only the second movie I've ever been in. But I knew something good would come of it, and I was probably the happiest I've ever been in my whole life that day.
He is as mystified by their reaction as they are by his. There's no communication between these people whatsoever. They're staring at him, and he's just rambling on, and it's as though he knows that they don't understand what he's saying. He has to say it. He'd probably much rather talk about something else, but it's economics and it has to be discussed.
But see, here's what happened. When they started applauding afterwards, I thought, hey, they're really happy. I've taught them something about economics, about the effects of tariffs on trade and economic policy and economic growth. They're proud of me for teaching them about economics. But no, they thought it was boring. But even now, when I watch it, I think it's quite interesting.